Yeah, guys, this is the very stuff, only that acerbic taste is far sharper.
That's curari.
The chief of the Waorani tribe lets me try the poisonous tree used in the production of the curari poison, the go-to secret weapon of the Native Americans, and naturally, he tries it himself.
It's very potent.
Yes, very potent. He scrapes off the lethally dangerous bark with piranha teeth, just like his ancestors have done for millennia. He rolls out something like a ball to extract the poison and tries it again.
Really potent.
At this stage, the only members of his tribe who can try the poison are those already accustomed to its effects. He suspends the leaf with the poisonous bark so the lethal sap slowly drips down. He then dips the ends of his darts into the sap, and we set off to hunt in the Amazon jungle. This is Wapani Beneki, chief of one of the Waorani tribes, one of the most formidable and secluded tribes in the upper reaches of the Amazon. Today, you guys, we'll be delving into the thickets and melding with the rivers to see how real Native Americans live.
So if they stand 2 spears like this, then you have to leave. Then they'll let you go. But if you carry on, they'll kill you. One guide, a friend of mine, he took some tourists to the Waorani, and a boy there turned to this girl tourist and said, "You're staying here."
Guys, today we're setting out to a Native American village, one where Native Americans still live to this day, as they did hundreds of years ago. Right now, it's even difficult to predict what lies ahead for us. Getting to it will be no walk in the park. There are no roads there, or naturally, any kind of infrastructure, such as electricity. I head out into the jungle with my guide Carlos, who's from the Kichua tribe of natives, and my friend Vova, who's been traveling South America for a while now. Our guide Carlos is Kichua. That's how it's said here with the letter I, the name of the ethnic group here in Ecuador. But we're going to a far more exotic group of people, the Waorani, who had their first encounter with civilization only several decades ago. They live in the jungle, don't wear clothing, and have preserved many ancient practices. I first came to the assumption that maneuvering in the jungle, especially in the rain, is really tough. Vova decided not to ditch his things and carry them in a bag. Oh, the key here is not to slip. But it soon became clear that we weren't even in the jungle itself, but on the outskirts. And it would get even trickier up ahead. So we need to cross the river here. And from the side, these rivers look really small, but the current is actually, it's so strong, it can just sweep you away. Wow. Wow! Wow! I am up to my ankles in water. Several minutes later, I was completely soaked. My boots were full of water, and I realized why the indigenous folk walked around naked. I was only concerned for the equipment in my backpack, that it wouldn't get wet. The lens got wet so quickly that it became impossible to wipe it dry. So guys, just look at how gorgeous this is. Just look at this jungle. And the air here is so clean. It's sweet. It's also really humid due to the rain. It's cleansed. You breathe and you get a real kick from it. You get the feeling that you're full on eating the air. It's so sweet. So guys, we've arrived at the first stopover camp. Naturally, this is still not the traditional settlement of the indigenous, the Native Americans who live deep in the jungles in traditional houses. Hola, hola. Hola.
Hola.
Oh, I can finally take a load off and throw down my backpack. I'm wet all the way through, absolutely soaking from head to toe.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Whew. Well,
Ну что?
Volva, how's the bed for you?
Тебе кроватка.
The main thing is to be able to change your clothes and at least dry yourself a little bit by the fire. This is a settlement of the Kichua indigenous people. They live in partial contact with civilization. You can even get here by boat going along the river. That said, many indigenous folk are forced to push their canoes with poles like they did centuries ago. The river route is also used to deliver fuel for the generators, which are switched on in the evening for a couple of hours. The generator, as well as the local stall, is owned by Philomena. In some respects, she's the local oligarch here. Her shop is the only concrete building in the settlement, and to build such a thing in the jungle is really expensive.
On the bright side, you can't steal anything. You can leave goods
Oh,
in
yeah,
the shop,
sure.
no problem, and not have to worry about them.
Okay, so this is for safety.
Yes, exactly.
But who could rob you here? There isn't anyone who could.
There is.
Who?
It happens.
People from neighboring tribes.
From other tribes, they come along. There are cases. I leave my home without supervision. I leave for work far away from here, and my house is left unattended. I used to have a wooden shop that was broken into. It was made of boards like these. They were all smashed in. All the food was swiped, just like that. Then I got a loan from the bank and made everything from concrete.
Yo hice a crédito este dinero para poder hacer esto.
Sí.
So, in fact, the women in Kichua tribes are often more influential than the men. The woman determines who has which job and who will live where. And the key thing, she controls the food. Women also work in the fields, carrying huge baskets full of crops on their heads. And I was permitted to try carrying one of these food baskets only because I'm a foreigner. I mean, what are they to expect from me?
Well, you ready?
Ну, кстати,
Actually, I'll say it's rather convenient because your hands are free. In fact, I was thinking that it put a lot of pressure on my neck, but no, it's fine. I'm ready to go, even with a little bit of dancing. Muy bien. Who's considered the head of the family in a Kichua family? The man or the woman?
Wife.
The wife.
Sí.
Okay. And the man does what he's told then, right?
Right.
Pero, ¿qué
So
sobre
what does your husband do all day when you're in the field working?
He sometimes goes to hunt or fish. That kind of thing.
So you're making the river... Okay, that I didn't expect. He fenced off the whole river with a net and then went to the bottom. That's how the Kichua fish. They stretch a net out across the whole river. In fact, fishing is the main source of animal protein for the local tribes because there aren't many large animals in the jungle. Okay, guys, my neck's starting to numb just a tad. After some time, it does become hard work after all. The indigenous maneuver between their fields on these canoes here, carved from tree trunks. Guys, this is the first time I've traveled in such a wooden canoe, which is literally, I mean, it's just begging to capsize. Oh, whoa, whoa. So, you need to stabilize with your hands. Are you sure I won't drown my camera here?
Yeah, just don't move around.
Despite the very strong current, the natives are masters at controlling these boats. That said, they're very narrow, and the slightest upset in balance can cause them to capsize. I feel really on edge because I've got on me... Okay, it's rocks. There are rocks below. I've got all my kit in my backpack, and so, well, okay, so you get the picture. We're moving like this. Oh, and I'm skimming the water with my fingers. We're being ferried by a woman. And there she is, if you saw her. And I flicked my hand up as I can't do it for long. Honestly, you guys, I'm really worried about the equipment. If I fall in the water, I won't be able to film anymore. And in the end, as I was exiting the canoe, one of the cameras did end up taking a dip into the water, but it powered through to the end of the trip and only then filmed its last shot. Honestly, had I been without my kit, it probably would have been fine. Vova, I've been told the locals have great respect for us for coming here. They're so glad to have us that they want to offer us some tasty treats. Genuine delicacy put aside solely for us, because they love us and we're really looking forward to our visit. And here we are. And if you want to, you can eat it. So I've been told that you can eat it just like this. And this is how the delicacy looks. These are palm worms. In fact, I've already tried them in the episode on Vietnamese food, but they were fried. So check it out if you didn't see. But here in the jungle, they eat them raw. They say you're first supposed to bite the head off. Whew. Okay, guys, bon appetit. It's really, well, I don't know. There's just a lot of juice at first. I don't know, I just swallowed it, though. Okay, I can add something at the end.
It's fine. Go ahead and eat.
It's fine, right?
Yeah, get it down you. It's like medicine.
So it's like medicine, they're saying, and the head?
Whole.
Whole, the head there, guys, it's like, sorry, I'll show it. It's like a nut, it's like a crust. Look at that. It's crunchy.
I'm a little squeamish. Take either.
Eat a smaller worm. This one's juicy, but the small ones are even tastier.
So they live on the palm trees, right?
Right.
In fact, these aren't worms, but the larvae of the snout beetles that destroy the palms. And breeding them is prohibited in many countries as it poses a threat to agriculture.
No. Compared to what I was expecting, it's a delicacy, hands down.
If you have a headache, it cures it. It's headache medicine. Yeah, when
Really?
it headaches, eat the larva and it passes. Your head can focus better.
To be fair, if I didn't know this was a worm, I'd probably say it was really good. They're incredibly juicy. Have you eaten the worms before?
No.
We were offered a local drink to wash down the worms. It looks like moonshine, you guys. It smells like moonshine, too. It's a palm moonshine called Kichua, Native American moonshine. It's sweet and sour. Flavor-wise, it's something between moonshine and kvass. It's quite tasty, actually. Probably not strong. It's very refreshing. Chicha is made from the root of the manioc plant, left to mature for at least a day. This drink was also made by the Incas. The conquistadors branded chicha saliva beer. This was because, for its preparation, boiled manioc is first turned into a puree. Afterwards, to launch the fermentation process, this puree is chewed and spat out into a tub. And it's believed that the more members of a tribe, mainly women, that do this, the tastier the chicha will be. Ah, chicha. In the evening, the tribe shaman, who interestingly in Kichua culture can only be female, proposed that we take part in a ceremony. In reality, we didn't undergo the entire ceremony, as the main element of it is drinking an ayahuasca infusion. Ayahuasca being the hallucinogenic liana which grows in these parts, and I wasn't prepared to do that.
So this here, as we see, is the ayahuasca liana. There's also something added here that contains DMT. In Peru, it's usually the chacruna shrub, as Vadim explained to us.
DMT is a hallucinogenic.
DMT is a natural hallucinogenic, which is completely complementary to the human body. It's generated inside the body. Simply a natural hormone present in every human. As far as I know, they use some other plant which causes visual effects. Let's call them hallucinations, shall we say, along with oral effects. And this is a special trait of Ecuador.
Basically, the most important part of the shaman ritual in the Amazon, no matter what, it's ayahuasca, this drink here. You see, it's a little murky, and this is a decoction from the liana, a special liana, which is also called the ayahuasca. I'm not going to drink this as I'm afraid you otherwise won't be able to find me later for a good while. I'm just smelling it. Honestly, never in my life have I smelled ayahuasca. It smells like, well, it actually smells like kvass, like a slightly fermented drink. By the way, it also looks like kvass. But people who drink this, they go on a journey of sorts into themselves for at least a couple of hours, some for even longer. Naturally, it's not the most presentable look having it in a bottle, but what counts are the contents.
In every tribe, there's a shaman, a witch, and a healer. These are different people. The shaman knows healing plants. The shaman is monitored from childhood to ensure they're a peaceful, unaggressive child. Otherwise, they'll grow up to be evil. And an evil shaman will turn into a witch. A witch is someone little loved by the tribe, as a witch does bad things. But at the same time, they are also needed.
We've come to the jungle early in the morning to see how the parrots eat their breakfast. Right after sunrise, they fly here, onto that hill there, to gorge themselves on salt. The Kichua indigenous people refer to it as salt, or in their tongue, kulpa, salted earth, the clay which the parrots come to peck at every morning. It's believed they do this to balance their acidity levels after consuming fruits, as well as to neutralize any poisons which they may have ingested in the jungle. So guys, there is a whole prattle of them. One parrot descended and checked to see if the coast was clear, and then once they saw that nobody had eaten him, dozens, absolutely dozens more parrots flew down to the very same spot to eat the salt. During such a breakfast feast, the parrots are very vulnerable to birds of prey, which is why they scatter even at the slightest sign of danger.
Two birds of prey, look. That's why they're scattering. Over there.
Okay. We had to spend 3 days at the Kichua campsite until we could manage an agreement with Waorani to let us film them. While we were waiting, Carlos proposed we take a dip in the river and put our worries to rest.
You can pee in the river. It's not dangerous here. In the Coca province, it would be, as the fish that climbs up your urethra can be found there, but they're not here.
It goes into your urethra and you need to, what?
To cut it off.
To cut it off, right? I'm not willing to cut off my urethra, not today.
No, there's no danger here. Calm down.
So on the whole, you guys, this is the most relaxed part of our expedition. The first time there's been no need to drag anything along, no need to do anything, or walk in squelching boots. Oh, you can just take a load off. In fact, it's even really kind of nice. It's great. I thought that it'd be more hardcore.
Actually, the Waorani,
Yeah?
they kill the Kichua people.
They kill them.
Yeah, in the depths of the jungle. The Kichua didn't used to be able to canoe here. The Waorani would shoot them with their blowpipes. Shoot them dead.
Dead.
Yeah,
When did that end?
around 40 years ago.
40 years. So there's Waorani territory and Kichua territory, and they can't step on each other's, right?
Yeah. When I was 18, my family and I went into the jungle. And the day we arrived, we had dinner that evening. A teenage Waorani came. He was around 16 years old. He had a spear and he began to pound it on the ground. He wanted to kill my mom and dad.
Really?
We were all frightened to death.
Yeah, sure.
But we all fled together. My mom, dad, granddad, uncle, and the boy left. But they still had that notion in their heads to kill outsiders.
You're kidding.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Wow.
For instance, the Waorani have a group called the Talamanani. They don't make any contact whatsoever with civilization. And on their territory, if they stand two spears like this, you have to leave. Then they'll let you go. But if you go on, they'll kill you.
So it's a sign that you can't pass.
Yeah. One guide, a friend of mine, he took some tourists to the Waorani.
Uh-huh.
And a boy there turned to this girl tourist and said, "You're staying here." And my friend at 10 o'clock at night ran with these tourists as fast as he could.
And the girl?
Yeah, the girl too. Or else they wouldn't have let them go. Yeah. Here's another example for you. When I was in school in 6th grade, I had a friend called Samaritana.
Uh-huh.
She lived in a tribe a little above this river.
Okay.
But she'd be driven to school so she could study, then would return home to her family at the weekends. But one day she left and she didn't come back. So all of us, her friends, teachers, we decided to sail to the tribe, to her house, to find out what had happened. We went to find her, the whole class. It took us ages to get there. We arrived at the tribe. It's high up on the river, and they tell us that she'd been playing on the local football pitch at the weekend with her friends. With her friends from the tribe. And in that time, the Waorani came down from the mountains and kidnapped her. And now she's wife to one of the Waorani tribal chiefs. I think she now has 4 children.
And you couldn't save her? You couldn't take her back from them? Nothing?
No, she'd been betrothed to a Waorani boy. She's called Samaritana. Which is why at 6 o'clock in the tribes, all the kids are chased back home, no games outside.
On the 3rd day, we were finally permitted to meet the chief of one of the Waorani tribes. Even those who maintain contact with civilization and have stopped killing outside of their territory continue to live as they did centuries ago, save perhaps for the women who've invented a way to make clothing using tree bark. My face has been immediately painted. Thank you. So it looks like we've been given passage after all. The Waorani actually walk around naked, and from a young age, the boys tie a liana rope around their waistline to make it more comfortable to run, and they learn to shoot from a special pipe. Chief Beneki shows us the darts.
And here's the poison. You see the poisonous end.
The Waorani hunting and fighting equipment consists of a long pipe, a quiver full of poisonous darts, and a coconut shell containing wool from a cotton tree. Wow. It turns out the weapons are rather long range. Check it out. He was aiming for that cocoa tree and he hit it. It landed right on the mark. Beneki says he can shoot a bird right atop a tree canopy, and he shows how easily he can shoot a dart twice into a cocoa fruit hanging from afar. Wow! Wow! Oh!
Try a little of the poison on your tongue.
Will anything happen to me? Is there anything to worry about?
No.
Okay, guys, he said I can try it, so I can tell that there's poison here. Okay, so I spit it out. I need to try it and then spit it out to tell whether there's definitely curare poison here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of it here. Then I'll show you where there's a lot.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so the poison itself, guys, you can feel it. Well, you feel that there's something there. It's like an acerbic taste. I hope I didn't swallow any. So you guys, this is the first time I've tried curare poison, and this is how they check whether enough poison is left on the dart to kill a victim. And how old are you?
62.
62?
Yeah.
And at 62 years, you go hunting in the jungle?
Yeah. And I will do for a good while longer, at 80, 90, even 100, while I still have the strength.
In Waorani tribes, children and the elderly work the same as everyone else.
Now there are a few Waorani remaining, but before Wow, the whole jungle was ours. We value a large ear here. My granddad had the largest ear in the area, which is why my granddad was a very important man, the main warrior. That's how big his ear was.
A big ear? What does that mean?
So if you have a big ear, you'll be a good hunter. You can hear everything around. You'll be a warrior. But it's a very painful process. My granddad did it like this. He chopped off these wedges from a tree and stuck them in his ear, right here inside. And little by little, it got bigger, bigger, bigger. It became wider and wider. And he'd stick it in even further. And his ear became huge.
The chief is taking me somewhere to show me how curare poison is obtained in the jungle. Is this the curare tree?
Yeah, it is.
This liana contains poisoning and paralyzing substances, most of all in the bark. Yeah.
Try it.
Honestly, I'm a little nervous, but how can I refuse the chief? Oh, wow. Okay, you guys, this is the very stuff, only that acerbic taste is far sharper. Wow. Yeah, this is curare. I just ate curare. Ugh. Phew.
It's very potent.
Yeah, it's very potent. The liana bark is scraped into a leaf, moistened, and crushed to gather the poisonous juice. It then drips down the leaf, and these drops wet the dart's tips, after which they dry out. This tribe has a wide variety of uses for the poisons which the jungle gives. For instance, during fishing, the Waorani women knead the roots and leaves of the boabasco tree, which contains a special toxin. The obtained mixture is then carried to the river. Notice that the elderly women are also laboring together with the young women. When the grounded babasco root lands in the water, its toxins bond together the oxygen there, and the fish swim to the surface by themselves. The women gather the fish in bags also made from the leaves. The chief's daughter literally just ripped some leaves off, and in just 2 minutes, I think, even faster, she wove a basket from them. Check this out. The Waorani are incredibly well-versed in the jungle's flora, learning from childhood how to find both poisons and medicines. Very many types of medications sold in pharmacies all across the world are created based on substances found in tropical rainforest plants. This may be why the tribe members stay alive and kicking for so long. Just look how dexterously the chief found a liana, spun a ring from it, and used it to scramble up a thin tree to hunt for monkeys. And that's at 62 years of age. That is absolutely incredible. In fact, there are a lot of things about the life of the Waorani that remain unknown, as they're reluctant to let in explorers.
So, the fact this man spends so much time in the jungle and is organically blended with nature as much as he possibly can be, there's no two ways about it. Starting with his body physique at 62 years, I think he's stronger than any of us.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Although we run and go to the gym, but
Yeah. Well, he combs through the jungle looking for a liana without even a machete, without anything, and it's like he just flies past all these thickets with me following him. I couldn't have gotten through them, but he did it with ease.
and that very clear mind of his wins you over. He's completely calm, completely sure of himself, not afraid of the camera in the slightest. He's completely on board with what's happening.
My friends, the tribe that I've been shooting, there are actually other civilized Waorani that have made contact with civilization, that have interacted with it. In conjunction, there are also tribes far deeper into the jungle that are either completely non-contact or only have very little contact with the outside world. So this is still considered a good amount of contact. In fact, I don't usually shoot such content. I film modern life, how people exist in cities, in villages, but in modern ones. And if you're interested in content about how primitive tribes live to this day, then I can go even deeper into the Amazon for a week and live with the indigenous folk who have far less contact with the outside world, which is honestly, I think, really interesting. But write in the comments whether you'd be interested in that or not.